Good day, and I love you, and welcome to Wednesday, February 4th. All right, I got a couple things going here. 3 things on my plate in my purview. We're going to put them all together intuitively, and I haven't taken but a second to think about this, and that's the important part today. I have a paper in my hand that says definition of Eros, and it's been sitting here on my desk for I don't know how long for me to come up with a formal definition for you to share. Not the definition you're going to get off Google, but the definition of Eros and the way that we are awakening it. Life force energy, we've been talking about this. I have a deck of cards in my hand, and I just previewed a message that came through from one of our group. And she said, what did she say? She said, and I don't think she'd mind me sharing her words because I think most of us feel the same way. She said, I'm struggling with your assignment yesterday. I'm integrating, but I don't feel like a gift has returned to me yet. Or if it has, I don't know what the gift is. And I'm just trying to manage my marbles and balance my nervous system because that takes practice. Please advise. I did pretty good on memorizing that message after reading it once. So here's what I have to say. Today I'm going to pull a card, and I trust that the card is going to give me the message that I'm going to elaborate upon. However, intuitively, my message for you today is to go be little and remember how to play. I woke up today looking out the window, watching all of these vultures reorganize outside my tree. They take off like an organized military squad. They roll out, like Optimus Prime would say, like one after the other, and they go about their mission. And they seem to have the directive, no matter what the weather looks like and what the earth is doing. They get up and they go do their thing. And I'm sure they chat about some stuff, you know, I'm sure they exchange information, but it seems like all of the information exchanged is greeted in a way that there's infinite possibility. What I mean is nature never looks outside and says, oh fuck, it's fucking raining. Or I've been thinking about these vultures that have been in my tree when it's been 16 degrees and the wind has been blowing and it's been raining and sleeting and icing and like really shitty weather while these birds just chill out in a tree together. Come in the same time, leave the same time. Very orderly, very disciplined. It doesn't seem like, although they are affected by the weather and the world, it doesn't seem like it influences their directive, that it influences their choices. They know what they're supposed to do. And I was thinking about how when we were little, it was like that. You never showed up to the playground and assessed damage or assessed risk or assessed probability. You fucking showed up to play. I'm always like, hey, I got snacks. Did you guys drink your water? Apparently, since I've been really little, I've been about snacks and making people drink their water. And so, if a kid showed up to the playground and was like, hey, I've been studying the recall on these swings, and I don't think that the swings are, I'm not sure if it's the same swing, but it might be the same swing, and it might break. Like, no kid does that. We'd be like, okay, weirdo. And we would go swing, right? And if a swing broke, then we would be like, the swing broke. And then we would regroup and we would play. It would not make all the swings bad. It would not make us decide that we all needed to read more safety reports before we came to the playground. It would be an isolated incident that would be part of the whole, but not become the whole. Okay? I've been thinking about how, because I have a lot of circumstances on my plate that are life-altering, really big decision-making, really big circumstances that are changing the trajectory of my life, that are influencing my immediate choices, right? And they have to do with finances, creative projects, my home, and my family. Big shit, right? And I'd say 3 of the 4 have no definite, clear pathway right now. And as a Capricorn, I like to see the path. I like to know where the fuck I'm going. Even if I'm going straight uphill, up the mountain, at least I know where I'm going, right? Where right now, not only do I not know the path does not look like it's going to appear in any sort of linear fashion. And the systems don't look like they're going to get their shit right and come through. And this one particular instance where I'm dealing with legal systems, it is so insane and out there that I had to make a choice yesterday. Are you going to stop looking out at these systems and what's happening in the 3D as your basis for balance and well-being? Or are you gonna fucking stop the bullshit, go within, and look what's really happening in your life, that has continued to happen in your life, that always happens in your life as you focus upon it? And I sat here and I thought for a second, and I thought about how I have 2 young men in my home. One has had some both have had some pretty rough legal circumstances, okay? And both, to a degree, by some standards, should not be in my care. Meaning, like with my biological son, I went to court over his stewardship, over his custody, and the last time I went, for all practical purposes, I lost my ass. I completely lost my ass. I had most of my rights that were solely mine taken from me, at least exchanged with another party. And instead, I remember, I've told some of you this story, I remember the day I came home from that court hearing, and I was like, well, I hear you, court, and I read you, paper, but God gave that child to me, and God usurps your stupid ass court. And so I'm going to operate in legal guidelines, but under the premise that there is a bigger, more purposeful, more permitting purveyor on this playground. And so I chose to decide, this is tricky, okay? I chose to decide that the 3D didn't matter. That does not mean that you go do dumb shit and get yourself in trouble and break the rules. It means that you focus upon the birds flying outside instead of choosing to think about this legal system. Time and time again, as I have chosen to focus on the possibility, and by the way, I would not allow myself to say I'm struggling with anything. I strongly dislike that word. I strongly dislike people using it. I strongly dislike the fact that people choose to own a vibration of struggling. You're fucking confused. You don't have the fucking answers. Welcome to fucking Earth. What the fuck are you struggling with? Why the fuck do you choose that word? Why the fuck do you choose that concept? Why the fuck do you choose to label yourself in struggle when you are merely recalibrating, learning, walking to the playground, trip down, drop your snacks, pick them the fuck up, tie your fucking shoe. Get on the fucking playground. Focus on the birds. Focus on the other kids. Focus on the snacks. Focus on your shoes. Focus on what you're wearing. Focus on what the fuck you like. Or are you struggling because your shoe came untied? Are you struggling because you dropped your snacks? Are you struggling because you read the safety recall on the swing? Are you struggling because, like, what? No. It's this whole way of thinking that's because I don't have it all figured out and the fucking 3D isn't operating in a way that I find permissible and comfortable and predictable. Oh, no, I'm struggling. I was never struggling on the fucking playground when I didn't have it all figured out. I mean, I remember going on lots and lots of playgrounds when I was little with all kinds of different apparati. Some apparati that I'd never seen before. Some swings I'd never seen before. Some big toys I'd never seen before. Tire swings with more attachments than I've ever seen before. And I wasn't like, oh God, struggling to figure out how that fucking tire swing works exactly. I need the safety rundown, and I need at least 20 humans who have done it before successfully, and I need them all to weigh in right now before I can get on the swing. No, you got on the fucking swing. And if you fell off, you fucking fell off, and you got the fuck back up. And there was other friends on the playground that came over and said, oh, are you okay? Can I help you up? Let's get back on the swing. And then that's what you did. And guess what? You didn't even go home and tell your mom about the fact that you were struggling with the tire swing and you were struggling on it. And da-da-da. No. You might have gone home and been like, I got on the swing and oh my gosh, I fell down and my friends helped me up and it was so much fun. And that was that. That was that. We have lost track of the Eros, the life force that flows to us and through us and from every living thing on this planet. Ultimately connected, ultimately conductive, ultimately in flux, but supported, evolving, adapting, or struggling, if that's what you choose. But this is a mindset that many of you choose to adopt at this point, because you don't have to be struggling. You could be in flux. You could be in process. You could be, holy shit, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing today. This is fucking crazy. I don't have a clue where I'm going, what I'm doing, who I am, but I'm on the playground and I trust someone has snacks. You can tell snacks are a big deal to me. Right? That's what I choose today. So for your assignment, maybe the gift today is allowance. Maybe the gift is not knowing. Maybe the gift is in surrender and acceptance that you don't have to have it all fucking figured out. And that's not struggling. That's actually real life on planet Earth. Real life on planet Earth. Somewhere we got a bad memo that said, wake up and have your to-do list and execute it perfectly. Have all of the information, probably from your stupid ass phone that's not really the real deal. And then when you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed and you feel like you have everything in order, then you can set out. Oh, but wait, disclaimer. If it doesn't work out the way you want and if it's uncomfortable, shut the fuck down and label it struggle. No. The fucking, it's funny, I picked up this card. It says, I am the dreamer of my dream. It's the top card I picked up to do this little reference. It doesn't articulate any, this is so amazing that happened like that. It's so cool. I love the way it works. I love the way it works. Supported. Connected. Always. Every single fucking second of everything. This says I am the dreamer of my dream. It says I get to rewrite it anytime. It says I create it on the fly. It's a dream. It's not an agenda. It's not an itinerary. It's not about perfect execution. It's not about having it all figured out. It's not about knowing right now. If y'all don't get off this, I know everything and I have to know everything and it has to all make sense in a linear, logical fashion, you're going to fry the fuck out. Because guess what? The old, logical, this is the way it works is gone. The only answer is I have no fucking idea. None. And I'm going to get cool with that. I'm going to get fucking cool with not having a clue. In fact, I'm going to make it my new funky mellow fun. I'm going to be showing up on the playground like, hey, so you guys know I get my adventure wear. I wear silly clothes. I show up to the playground. I have no idea what's happening, but I'm going to play in my adventure wear. I'm going to wear some silly shit that makes me feel fun and silly. And I'm going to show up and I'm going to tell you I'm in my adventure wear. And you're all going to giggle and be like, look at Heather in her adventure wear. And then we're going to see what happens. And the thing is, in that mode, in that modus operandi, that is where we choose the best choices. That is where we intuitively allow. When we say we don't know, we are in, quote unquote, childlike vibration where we enter the kingdom of heaven. What that means on planet Earth is you get the best ideas when you step out of the problem vibration, when you step the fuck out of struggle. When you step the fuck out of struggle and you sit in allowance that I don't have a clue, surrender that I don't know how it's going to go, then that's when the universe can really get to work. That's when the universe can really get to work, okay? Remember, Einstein is famous for saying that you cannot solve the problem from the same vibration of the solution. So if nothing else today, I would permanently lose the fucking word struggle. Like, eliminate it from your vocabulary for the rest of your life. What is struggle anyway? I mean, what is this? I'm having to exert extra effort. I'm having to really work my ass off. I don't know where it's going. Nothing looks familiar. I'm extremely uncomfortable. I have no guarantees. Again, welcome to authentic life. Stop calling it a struggle. Stop depreciating the very gift given us. My fearless freedom lights up the world. Give yourself the freedom to be present in allowance today, in the not knowing, in the not understanding, in the discomfort. In all of that, there is the capability of seeding something completely brand new, evolutionary, and better than anything you've ever had before, as soon as you step out of the struggle and into the allowance. Thank you for being here. I love you.